Hi guys, welcome to our ValZenDen. My name is Valerie. If you're seeing this video randomly popping up, I am currently in the process of filming past Lacquer collection videos that I have missed in the past. So hopefully you guys are still interested in watching my videos about Lacquer. You guys have been so kind to me about me posting and just coming back to YouTube, so I truly appreciate it, and I see all of your comments and it just means the world to me and fills my heart with such warmth. You guys are the best. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about the beautiful and gorgeous Something Borrowed collection. I was truly so shocked when they came out with this collection because I had no idea they were going to be coming out with like a bridal collection. If you guys are new here, I post my comparisons, my swatches, some bottle comparisons, and at the very end I post a ranking from my least to my most favorite polishes from the collection. So if you're interested in that, just keep watching. Okay, so I know I showed you guys the packaging a little bit. I will get more into detail. You know I love showing you guys all the collection packaging and all that stuff. But I did want to begin with, it is so cute and clever. Like, I love their team. They are so creative. They actually, the card that came in with the collection is actually a wedding invitation, which is so clever, so cute. If you guys want to pause to read, it is so cute. And this is the back if you guys want to see it. It is all the polishes, and I apologize if the lighting is a bit off. It's just it's a very bright invitation, so I'm gonna try my best to lower the lighting for you. Obviously A+, I loved that invitation card. So the second thing that I have here are some nail charms. Not sure if you guys can really see, and I'm not trying to open this, I don't want them to fall, but it is just like a bunch of pearls, like iridescent rhinestones. It is just so beautiful. It has all types of sizes of the rhinestones and the pearls. I did want to mention that the invitation has like a pearly finish to it, so it's not just like a matte or satin kind of card. Like, it actually has like a pearly finish to it. I don't even know if you guys can see it through the camera, but if you guys have it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm not quite sure if this was the first time they've released this category of products, but it actually came with pearl powders. They're like this, but I'm gonna open them and try not to drop them. I'm also not sure if you're gonna see it in the camera, but this is the one called Something Blue. It is just like a white with a blue shift finish. And this one is called Wedding Veil. I think this might be my favorite one out of both of them. It is just like a beautiful, like a silvery white soft finish to it. And the last product that came in this collection was this duo spongy applicator for the pearl powders, which they're so squishy. I'm just like squishing them. They're so cute. As you guys can see, this one has like a little bit of a point to it, as with this one it is just like rounded off. And lastly, this is the packaging that it came in. So beautiful. It just has like this lacy pattern to it. I could totally imagine gifting this to a bride and I can't see her not loving it. It is so cute. And it's just like all around to the sides as well. Alright, without any further delay, the first one from the collection is called Flower Girl. Flower Girl is described as a milky pink polish with a curly finish. When I thought we couldn't get any more softer pinks, I truly love it. It is also described as a milky because it is not a super pinky pink. It does have like a tint of whiteness to it. Obviously it is acrylic, so you can build it up or build it down, but I just think it is so beautiful, perfect for a wedding obviously. So this was the time in my comparisons that I was comparing it to other brands other than Lacquer. So the first one that I compared it to is Donut Spunk by Cracked Polish. This one totally reminded me of it just because it is like a very soft kind of white-ish polish. Donut Spunk has a ton of like a pearly finish to it, and if it was a bit more pink, it would be like a pearly version of Flower Girl. The one on my thumb is Strawberry Boba. Obviously they are both a curly finish, but Strawberry Boba is much more pinky toned and a little bit more warm toned and not as white as well. The next one I compared it to is Rose Quartz. I love this polish. This one is also, you can like build up or build down because it is acrylic, I believe, as well. But this one you guys can obviously tell how much more warm toned it is. And also it doesn't have that milky whiteness to it either. And the last one for this slide is Candy Girl. Obviously it is a lot darker than Flower Girl, and it is also a bit more warm toned. On the next slide, the first one that I compared it to is Diamonds Are Forever. Looking at them together, you guys can obviously tell that they are super different from the finish to the color. I did want to add it here though, just because it did have like that softness to it. So I figured maybe you guys might be interested in seeing it, even though Diamonds Are Forever is not a pink polish, but it does have like a certain pink undertone to it. The one on my thumb is Mrs. Potts. Same reason as the other ones. It's acrylic, it's a very light polish, but you guys can tell how much more tan Mrs. Potts is. The next one is Clueless or Adeline. Adeline is so much more warm toned to me. So that's basically the biggest difference. Like obviously it's not as milky and it's just a lot more warm toned. And lastly, I compared it to Voulez-Vous, which is probably so weird, but there was something about it that just reminded me of it. Maybe because Voulez-Vous has like a slight pink undertone to it. I don't know how to explain it. I know it's different. It has shimmers. It's not at the same finish either, but if you have it, you know what I'm talking about. It has like a slight tint of pink to it. Okay, so for this polish, I do have quite a bit of bottle comparisons just because this came out such a long time ago and I've been able to collect some more pink polishes to show you guys. So like I always say, grab your popcorns, your hot dogs, your chocolate bars, and let's get started. The first one I have it here with is Witchling. This might be a little weird, but this is next to Awfully Romantical. Here it is next to Birthday Brat. This is next to Bubble Boy. Here it is next to Spring Court, which they look absolutely amazing together. These two also look beautiful together. This is next to Wings and Things. Here it is next to Frenchie. This is next to Desert Rose. This is next to It's the Little Things. This is next to One of Your French Girls. This is next to Cheer Bear. This is next to Pinky Promise. Here it is next to Pinky. This is next to Candy Clouds. This is next to Miss Darling. Here it is next to Fairy Floss. This is next to Barely Frio. Here it is next to Romantasy. And lastly, just in case, I wanted to put it next to Easy Bake. Alright, so the next polish is called Nudlyweds. Nudlyweds is described as a milky nude sheer polish with a crelly finish. And yes, it is spelled N-U-D-E-L-Y, which I thought was so clever, so cute. This one, oh my god, is also one of the ones that I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. And if you guys know me, you know that I'm not into super into nude polishes, but there's just something about this. It's so beautiful and it just feels like so elegant and rich and delicate, and I don't know, I really like this shade. I think it's so beautiful and like a perfect addition to Light Lacquer. Alrighty, if you're looking at the comparisons, the first one that I compared it to is Diamonds Are Forever. I found this one so similar to it. Obviously the finishes are different, but there's just something about it. It has like the same tone of color, except Diamonds Are Forever is a bit darker. But if you love Diamonds Are Forever, like, you will love Nudlyweds. It's just like it's a different version of Diamonds Are Forever. And also it is a lot milkier and brighter, so that's like the biggest difference. The one on my thumb is Cannoli. Also, when I compared these, I was so shocked how similar they were. Cannoli is a true creme polish, but I feel like the color is so similar. Nudlyweds even looks like a droplet of like tad bit more pinky, but besides that, I think they are so similar. The next one is Oat Milk. Obviously they're very different. I just wanted to put it here because it is a very light, pale kind of color, but it is a lot brighter, a lot more white in the sense, and obviously it's a creme finish. And the last one for this slide is One of Your French Girls. I thought they were strikingly similar. Obviously One of Your French Girls has like a more pearly finish to it, but they are in that same realm, in my opinion, of type of color. Alright, on the next slide, the first one that I compared it to is Mrs. Potts. You guys can obviously tell how insanely similar they are, but I feel like Mrs. Potts leans a tiny bit more like pinky, and just like it's not as warm toned as Newlyweds. The one on my thumb is Voulez-Vous. Again, the same thing with Flower Girl. It does have like that like pinky kind of undertone, but I feel like it kind of shifts also to like a nude kind of color. Like, it's kind of crazy to explain. It has like a pink undertone, but it also has like a little bit of a yellow undertone. It's very strange, but obviously the finish is different. They are obviously completely different polishes, but it is not a pure white, so that's why I wanted to add it here. The next one I compared it to is Donut Spunk by Cracked Polish. This one is very similar to one of your French girls, so the same kind of applies to this one. And also Donut Spunk has a bit more of a pink tint to it. And lastly, I compared it to Iced Latte. Obviously, it's a lot like darker and it's a creme, but it does have that same like yellowness to it. Even though Iced Latte is a little bit more saturated, but I feel like they're in that category of like tan colors. So for this one, it's less than Flower Girl, but I do have a bit that I did want to show you guys. The first one here is with I'll Be Seeing You. This is next to Matilda. Here it is with Counting Sheep. This is next to Dream Street. Here it is with Mother of Pearl. This is with Head in the Clouds. This might be a little weird, but I did want to have it here with Mirage. This is next to Wings and Things. This is next to Barely Frio. This is next to Pinky. And lastly, this is next to Miss Darling. Alright, the next one for the collection is called I Do. I Do is described as a pearly white polish with a metallic finish. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this polish kind of reminds me of Parent Trap. I feel like the mom, like at the beginning of the movie, when they took like that infamous picture, didn't she have a kind of like a similar type of polish? I'm gonna look it up, and if that's the same one, I'm gonna post it here. Hopefully it shows up. Okay, so I just looked it up, and if you guys have a picture here, it is very, very similar. It does look a little bit softer, but like honestly, it might be just like a one coat of I Do because it looks so similar. I knew that reminded me of something, but anyways, if you guys are seeing the comparisons, the first one that I compared it to is Mother of Pearl. Automatically, that was like the first one that popped into my head just because it obviously is a pearly finish. I feel like the biggest difference between both of them is the colors of the pearls. Mother of Pearl does have like a very fine bluey, pinky, purpley kind of finish to it, and I Do is just like a plain white silvery kind of finish. The one on my thumb is Voulez-Vous. Also, same thing applies from the Mother of Pearl description. This one also does have like bluey, pinky, purpley finish at the end as well. The next one that I compared it to is Head in the Clouds. Obviously, it is just like a plain white, even though Head in the Clouds is like a creme, I believe, so it's like a lighter version. And lastly, I compared it to Frostbite. This one is way more intense in like the pearly finish, and it's very, very intensely blue as well. Okay, the first one on the second slide is Paper Snow. This is like the purest, most white polish, so I did want to put it here just so you guys can see how different it looks compared to just like a plain white polish. The one on my thumb is Angel Baby. The same thing applies from Mother of Pearl and Voulez-Vous, just like a very pearly white polish. It does have more of that intense blue finish to it. The next one is Dream Street. This one is like a bit more yellow toned. It's obviously a creme, but I did want to put it here so you guys can see the difference and like the true color of I Do. And lastly, I put Message in a Bottle. I love this polish. It's so underrated. I just wanted to put another off-white kind of color, and this one obviously has like a more green, teal kind of tone to it. So I just wanted to have it here so you guys can see the variations and so you guys can truly tell how silvery I Do is. Alright, for this one, don't worry, I do not have a lot of nail bottle comparisons, so let's go ahead and get started. The first one I have here is Can I Keep You? This is next to It's Alive. This is a bit weird, but I did want to put it here with High Fae, just in case you guys were curious. This is next to Aurora. This is next to Counting Sheep. And lastly, I wanted to put it next to one of your French girls. Alright, and the very last polish from the collection is called Love is Love. Love is Love is described as an off-white sheer polish with a fine shimmer finish. I honestly, like, they're all so beautiful in their own ways. I love a good shimmery polish, and this collection in general typically would not be my type of preference in nail polish, but there's just something about all of these that they are just so beautiful and they captivated me the moment I saw them. I would truly recommend it even for a non-soft colored kind of girl like me. Alrighty, if you're seeing the comparisons, the first one that I compared it to is Head in the Clouds. This one was very obvious to me because Head in the Clouds, even though it doesn't look like it in the comparison, but it is like a very, very sheer white. I just like to build it up and show you guys the true color of it. But if you do wear it down, it is very similar. Obviously, Love is Love has like a ton of shimmers on it, but I feel like they are obviously in the same world. The next one on my thumb is Voulez-Vous. I feel like this polish has been in like every comparison in this video. It is very similar in the sense that it is a white with like shimmery finish to it. But obviously Love is Love has just plain white silvery kind of shimmers, and Voulez-Vous has a more colorful blue pink kind of thing. The next one I compared it to is Message in a Bottle. I think the same thing applies to what I said with the previous comparison. I just wanted to put like an off-white kind of color here so you guys can see how white it truly is compared to these other maybe more teal off-white colors. And the last one for this slide is Angel Baby. And basically the same thing that I said for Voulez-Vous applies, even though Angel Baby is a bit more intense in the pearly finish of it. On the next slide, the first one that I compared it to is Dream Street. Dream Street is obviously so much more yellow toned. Obviously it's a creme. Truly, I did want to show you guys also like it did with Message in a Bottle so you guys can see how white Love is Love is compared to the other off-whites from Lacquer. On my thumb is Mother of Pearl, and obviously the same goes with all of Voulez-Vous, Angel Baby. It's just like a very pearly polish, but it does have like a more intense blue finish to it. The next one that I compared it to is Hiii. I was wondering, I'm like, was this the right choice to put Hiii here? But I did want you guys to see the actual shimmer color of Hiii. Hiii does have like a very teal leaning shimmer to it, and Love is Love does not have any tint of color to it, but I did want to compare it so you guys can see how like silvery and white and pale Love is Love is. And lastly, I compared it to Frostbite, and I am like a broken record at this point. What I said about Mother of Pearl, Voulez-Vous, Angel Baby also applied to Frostbite. This one also doesn't have too many bottle comparisons, but let's get started. The first one I have here is next to Mila. This is next to Diamonds Are Forever. Here it is next to Paper Snow. This is next to Counting Sheep. This is next to Aurora. I wanted to show you guys with Can I Keep You just in case. And lastly, I wanted to put it next to It's Alive. Okay, we have reached the final section of this video where the ranking happens. This one was a little bit hard. I was so confused to what I wanted to rank. So I always say the same thing in these videos. My last favorite is not because I absolutely hate it forever. I am throwing it away and burning it in a fire. I just think about it in the sense of, in my real everyday life, which one would I gravitate towards the least? So with that being said, my last place is gonna have to go to Flower Girl. I did not expect for this one to be the last place. I honestly thought it would be higher, but I just love the other one so much more. And I truly do love how cute and pinky it is. So I gotta see if this is like the lightest pink we have. I think it might be, but it's so cute. So I don't want to discourage anyone here. So if you guys love your pinks, you guys are definitely gonna love Flower Girl. My third place, I also thought this was gonna be higher just because I love the way it looks, but my third place is gonna have to go to Nudely Weds. I think that's my favorite name out of the whole collection. It's so funny and so cute. There was just something about this that I liked over Flower Girl. I think because it's more of like a tan color, and it's so beautiful and delicious. I truly love this polish. My number two, I was so shocked because I for sure thought this was going to be my number one, but the more that I thought about it and considered it, my number two is going to have to go to Love is Love. This is so cute. I love the little pearly shimmers to it, and it makes me sad that it's not my number one, but truly this is one of the prettiest whites we have in Lacquer, so don't sleep on it. And my first place, truly shocking to me, but I absolutely love the way it looks. It's gonna have to go to I Do. I love how elegant and classic and like effortless it looks. It is just gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, and I'm glad she's my number one. She's adorable. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking by with me while I post all of my previous light lacquer collections. I am almost at 1,000 subscribers, so it would mean the world to me if you guys would please subscribe. Don't forget to give this a like and hit the notification bell so you guys can be notified when I keep posting my light lacquer videos. Also, let me know what your ranking is. I always like to hear what you guys have to say, and if you guys have any suggestions of other videos, let me know and leave me a comment down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything you do for me. It definitely does not go unnoticed, and I truly appreciate every single one of you. I will see you in the next one.